miraculously, this follows exactly on from the last video. So if you've watched them in order, we haven't even changed our clothes. That's how dirty we are. So if you did watch the last video, we've just left Milton Park and we're en route to the Camping and Caravanning Club site in Cambridge. It's Saturday afternoon, the 1st of May. Basically, we're just gonna get our pitch up and chill out this afternoon. Well, evening now. We've had a busy day. We will show you around the site tomorrow and see what we can cobble together to entertain you or entertain ourselves. So we'll catch you later on in the video. Bye!
Bye! So we're on the A1301 and we're turning left where you can see that campsite sign, which is Cabbage Moor.
Cabbage Moor, indeed it is. Speed bumps. Hold on to your crockery.
Never heard it called that before.
There we go, Cambridge site.
It's quite busy, isn't it?
Isn't it? Where we're going here. I'll just see what happens. I presume they're going to come out to us. Looks like the AA are here. Someone's up for a cheap ride home. We've all done that, haven't we? Well, all of us who used to have Volkswagens have. Good morning. It's May the 2nd, Sunday. I'll just do you a quick site tour of the Cambridge Camping and Caravanning Club site. So this is the approach that we came in on last night. Standard gated entry with a code in, and then just let you out as and when you want to go. Got the reception to the left hand side as you walk in, and then we're actually on pitch number 1. I'll take you a quick wander around the site. Heather's busy doing the washing up outside, and there's the dogs. Got the Warden's big RV over there, and then loads of odd standing pitches with electric. As I say, we're on pitch number 1. Give us a wave. Can't get away from the Volkswagens today. Do miss having mine. Brings back happy memories, but Christ, can't believe how small they are these days, especially as they probably paid £30 a night like us, and like that monstrosity. Look at the size of that bad boy. If there's a zombie apocalypse, you know where to come. So loads of grass pitches over this side, still with hookup, and a kids play park. I won't bother walking around all of this. Buildings in the background I think are something to do with the hospital. You're not far from the main hospital in the town. You'll pass that as you drive in. So you've got loads of grass pitches there, some with hard standing on the edges, but a lot of this is just grass. And then there's a field right over there which we'll take you to, which maybe is a rally field or maybe just isn't being used at the moment. Just got the motorhome service point here, which I forgot to insert as I was walking around. It's just by the big huge truck thing. So crossing the road now in front of the Volkswagen, you'll see that brick area there, that's for your water. And then I'll take you through and show you the facilities area. So you've got the facilities block here, which, as we all know at the minute, is closed. Starting to get my goat a bit, that is. The fact that you're still paying full price to use nothing, considering yesterday we spent the whole day in a country park and the toilets and all the facilities were open for free, and there's absolutely zero traceability, so they don't know anybody that was there, etc, etc. Yet on a camping and caravanning site you've got full traceability, they know everybody's name and address, and you can't use the toilet. It's starting to annoy me a bit. Luckily this is our last visit to a C&C site until they're open again on the 17th. So what can I say? I'm not going to go on about it too much, it's just annoying. I do think they should have reduced the cost, if I'm honest, because it's the, you know, we've paid 30 quid a night on this site to basically park up. But anyway, enough of the whining. That is the facilities block. Can't show you in it, obviously, and then you've got bins behind, leading to the dog walking area. There's multiple entries for this. What I'll do later, I'll come out with the dogs and show you that. As if by magic, my assistant appears with the dogs. So multiple entrances to the dog walk, like I said. We're going in this way.
Oh, through there.
Yes, that's the rally field that
Oh, I see what you mean.
I will have either already inserted in the video or will insert afterwards, depending on the orientation of the video. We're going in there to the dog walk.
Come on then, girls.
Which one shall I have one? You got them or do you want me?
Come on, Pop. I didn't realise you put this on me.
Yeah. So yeah, you can come in multiple ways. But you can't let your dogs off in here. Whereas when we did the video at Mablethorpe and there was a tiny little dog area, it was fenced off. This is still just basically a walk through some woods. It's only a little walk, but it's quite nice. So past the dog walking area, you've got another field which is limited. I suppose it must probably classed as the rally field, I guess. There's nobody on it, there's no electric on it, there's just a water point. Well, there is an electric point there, tell a lie, very limited electric, maybe. Yeah, just down this back end, look, 3 or 4 posts, but nothing else. So, good rally field. Can't complain, all the site pitches are level. There's a railway line in the distance, but you can hear it, but nothing spectacular. I mean, most campsites have a railway line, it's an in thing, isn't it? We always seem to have one. But yeah, unfortunately someone's doing the ride home of shame there, or are they just being cautious and getting the lift for free, saving the extortionate pitch fee of 30 quid a night and going home for free. Not that he watches this channel, but my mate Woody, who used to have a camper van, was king of doing this, breaking down on the way home and getting home for free. Hello Woody, if you ever see this. So after the rally field, I'm back to the back end of the facilities block, just to show you, typically, as with a lot of the camping and caravanning sites now, they have these permanent big tent things. Oh, should just add, the chemical disposals at the back of the unit. Obviously that's the only thing that's open. Yeah, but yeah, so we've got the permanent tents that you can hire out. Back on the main road through now, just to show you there's some more of these. There's quite a few of them on this site, dotted about. And you can see in the corner the dog walk comes out in various areas. As I say, I'll take you around that in a while. Well, in fact, I've probably already inserted it. And then this just goes all the way round, circling the field as I showed you earlier. As I say, there's plenty of pitches. Can't complain about the condition of the site. It's a lovely site, it really is. My beef at the moment, I suppose, is with the fact that, as I keep whining on about, we're paying full price to park on a field. Bad form for the camping and caravanning, I say. But what can you do? It is what it is. It shouldn't, you know, it shouldn't put you off, because this is a one-off experience, I guess. Hopefully we won't have this type of issue again now that we're on top of the COVID thing. But yeah, it is niggling me a bit, as you can tell. So yeah, that's really the site. Not much to it, plenty of pitches, all nice and level, well kept. Really easy to get into Cambridge from here. Just walking back to the van now. For orientation purposes, if you want to get the sun like we always do, it rises over there and then pans round that way and sets just behind them trees there. So we couldn't film the sunset last night because the trees are there, but yeah, if you want to get your sliding door in full sun like we have, that's the way to point on your pitches in reference to the entrance. Oh, she's reading the destruction manual. Can only mean she's broke something. Has it run out? It's probably leaked out. We have a water problem.
So there he goes to fetch some water. Now, as we've already mentioned, we do have a problem with the water, in the fact that whenever we switch the pump on, it's creating a pressure, but we think that the valve that's on the hot water tank, which is underneath there, and there is a damp patch underneath there, is leaking past it. So I've been in touch with Elddis, and they've actually told me to take the filter out, which is before the pump, to at least make sure that that's clean. So that's a little job that we have to do. But like I say, you know, we're sort of living with it by switching the pump off every time we're not using it. But like I say, as soon as you switch the pump on, it seems to it's obviously pressurising the system, but it's leaking past the pressure valve, which is also that yellow tap when you do your winterisation and you drain everything off. It's that, and it's a combined tap to empty it, but also a pressure relief. Brown Hills have said that they've been in touch with Elddis and told them this, so we'll just have to see. We've got it booked in for the end of July, so up till that, then Rick's just going to have to go backwards and forwards filling it.
Got the can to match the shoes.
Oh right, okay, that's it. So there you go. These two are not helpful at all, look. Just lying there watching everything, watching the world go by. And off he goes again for can number 2. Now some might say, well, why don't you just get yourself a hose and drive over to it and all this sort of thing. Well, he likes getting his steps up, and the watering can takes no room up.
Right, so what we're going to do, we're going to simulate for all the ladies out there. We're going to simulate what was happening, albeit it's exaggerated. So we're going to turn the pump on, go on, pressurise the system up, right?
Which is done.
Which it's done. So what was happening was, when we turned the tap on, water was also coming out of the boiler at the bottom. Now we've got pressure there. There's nothing coming out there.
Right, do you want me to do it with a hot tap?
Yeah, you can do it with...
I don't think it'll make any difference.
I don't think it'll make any difference, but try it. Okay. Hot tap now. No, no different. Okay. Now, apologies for the shakiness of this. We're going to open the yellow valve, because my best guess is that as it's pressurising on and off, because of the little leak or the little fault or whatever, and the pump kicks in for a microsecond here and there, I think that's affecting that little yellow valve to the point of it's finally letting off too much pressure and staying open a bit. I don't know if you agree. So if Heather flips the yellow valve now and turns the tap on, I'll show you what was happening, albeit it wasn't gushing as much as it's going to. Right, you don't even need to turn the pump on, basically. But, so, with the yellow valve open like that, water was coming out of there with the pump running. But opening and closing the yellow valve a couple of times has sort of stopped it.
It's still doing it a tiny little
yeah,
bit.
but it wasn't, it was pouring out, wasn't it?
Yeah. Right, so after a busy morning looking at the water system, we're having a lazy afternoon. Rick's actually editing the video on his phone. Yes, he does it on his phone. There's nothing more complicated than that. And there's the dogs. They're obviously been worn out as well. So, and there he is.
There we go then. We're going to have our dinner now. And yes, it is dinner at tea time. That's the rules. Heather's knocked up a nice pasta and meatballs and garlic bread. You're supposed to say garlic bread then.
Garlic bread?
It's the future. Couple of beers, wash it down with lovely jubbly. On the plus side, we got the telly working in the van. And you'll never guess what, if you actually connect a television aerial cable that isn't broken, the telly will work. Winner.
Left out. Okay, so we're on our way home after a lovely weekend. As you saw yesterday, we had a relatively lazy day. We sorted a few things out with the water, and we know we can manage it now until we get it fixed. So that won't be too bad on our journeys that we're planning on doing before
it
goes in July.
It's not ideal, is it? But the dealer's got it booked in. We don't want to lose use of the van, so they're actually doing it on a day when we were visiting them anyway. So all is good there. And even though we don't use it, we got the telly to work. So we put the telly on last night and fell asleep watching the telly. Well, I did, because that's how much I watched James Bond, I think it was.
Yeah, Daniel Craig, agony fall asleep watching Daniel Craig.
Easily. Anyway, who'd have thought it that a lead that used to work in the Volkswagen suddenly hadn't been working in this van. We didn't think to swap the lead out. To test the telly, we were tuning it in the house, on the aerial in the house, taking it out to the van, and it wasn't working. We didn't even think that the lead had been broken. Anyway, just goes to show, even idiots are stupid. Is that it then? Are we going home now?
Yes, we're going home now.
Right.
We'll see you on the next adventure.
Don't know when that's going to be. Who knows what order these will get released in, because we've got a week or so off now, so these may become a bit delayed. We've got housey work to be doing. The builders are in, and then that's not a euphemism. See you later.
Bye.